Hi guys, I'm Tim from Launchpresso Digital Marketing, and in today's video, as promised in the previous video, you can see in the card just up here, I'm going to show you how to set up the Simprosys Google Shopping Feed app conversion tracking in Shopify. And before I take you over to my screen, if you're looking to increase your average order size with your Shopify store, check out the link just below and you can get my free 10 tips guide and strategies on how you can go about increasing your checkout values and the size of your customers' purchases. And with that said, let me take you over to my screen now. Okay, here we are in the back end of my test store, cheapcampinggear.net. I've already taken the liberty of installing the app in the back of my Shopify store. As you know from the previous video, I was doing the test on my client store where I had the limitation of setting up the conversion tracking there because we've already set it up using more advanced methods, which is a service we provide, by the way. The reason why we set it up that way with our medium to larger clients is because it's important to have the most accurate data for everything that we want to track on the website, whether it be through Google Analytics or Google Ads, in place for when we're running our marketing campaigns. Okay, enough of that. So in the app here, the first thing you need to do is you need to connect your Google account that is associated with your Google Ads, as well as all the other different Google properties. So click sign in with Google. And once you've selected the account, checked all the boxes, click continue. Now, once you've connected the account, we have to choose a Google Merchant account to associate the app with. And with this account, I only have the one Google Merchant Center account. So you select that ID, click confirm. There's a few things to confirm with the app before we come to the main dashboard. So let's just click through those now. You would have noticed that once you've been through all the loading process and the app is now connected to your Google Merchant Center, make sure everything is correct. Okay, now we're here in the main dashboard under campaigns, and we can see we've got a few recommendations. I want us to set up a campaign, but we won't be doing that today. And we also have this setup conversion tracking. First things first, let's go to selecting the Google Ads account we want to associate with. Select that, then click link account. All right, now that's all connected and you've been through everything that I've shown you in the previous video. Quickest way to get to setting up your conversion tracking would be to click this recommended setup and then clicking setup conversion tracking. So it takes us straight there. Okay, now that you've got your accounts connected, the next thing you have to do is you have to activate the theme app extension from the embed section of the theme customization. And there's a GIF here on the right-hand side that shows you how to do that. But you can simply click the activate app embed now, and that looks like it's already toggled on. I just double check on the GIF what needs to be done, and then you need to click save as well. So once that's there, click save. And coming to the back end again of Shopify, now that's connected, I'm going to hit refresh on this side. Okay, great. And now that's properly connected to the Shopify store in the theme, as well as the Google Ads accounts in Google Merchant Center. We can see here Google conversion tracking has not been set up, but let's enable the tracking tag. Before we do, you can read this text in red saying the reasons why it's important, particularly for Performance Max. If you're going to run one of those campaigns or dynamic remarketing tag, without them, you can't effectively optimize your campaigns. So they're asking nicely to consider enabling this, do it manually or using another app in the store. And with that said, let's just click the enable tracking tag. And now we've come to the options that we'd like to enable. I've already set up in previous videos the dynamic tracking tag or the purchase action conversion tag. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep these active. Interesting that they ask what should transaction specific conversion value be, total order value or the subtotal. So let's see what these mean. If you hover over the question mark, as we can see here under the order total, this takes in consideration the total product price minus any discounts plus shipping costs and your VAT. So that gives you a truer value of what you would get on your ROI or your return on your ad spend, as opposed to the order subtotal, which keeps your shipping costs in, including any taxes or VATs that you want to include. So it's up to you how you want to set that up. Realistically, you probably want to strip all that out so you know what your true ROI is on your ads. And that's probably the recommendation that I would tend to go for. And because we are focused on getting the full checkout tracked within Google Ads from our Shopify, we do want to check the add to cart action tracking, even though it says lead conversion, as well as the begin checkout tracking as well. The only thing that I don't like about this particular app is that it doesn't include the add payment info method, but that's not stated under the right category. It's always under using the Google and YouTube app if you're using that for your conversion tracking. Now select continue. Now, if you want more information on why you want to add these in, you can read more info under the question marks, but for now we'll click continue. One great thing about this app is it already has picked up conversion actions that have already been set up in the account. So you can either select one of these that have already set up previously, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to create a new purchase conversion action, and we can set that up as a primary or secondary later. Primary means it will count for automated bidding strategies, and secondary means it won't. So we'll keep carrying on through, also create a new add to cart conversion action, and also begin checkout conversion action. And once you have all your conversion actions in green, you can click continue. And then you'll be met with this pop-up about creating a Performance Max campaign inside the Simprosys app. I highly recommend you do not do this. Google Ads campaign should be set up and managed within the Google Ads platform because you know exactly what you're setting up, what assets you're adding in, etc., etc. So for now, I'll manage it manually. Thank you very much. Okay, and it looks like we're done. We've got all our accounts connected. We have all of our conversion tracking connected. Enhanced conversions for the web, which is a very important feature if you're wanting your automated bidding strategies to optimize even better, because then you're actually sending what they call hashed first-party data from your Shopify store in a privacy-safe way. So it'll be all that information like name, email, phone number, shipping address, etc. And we have to be a store owner or admin level to be able to set that up. The reason why it's a good idea to set up the enhanced conversions in your Google Ads account for your Shopify store is because that hashed information can also capture conversions that may have been missed for whatever reasons on the server side or the browser side, because of the browsers and the ad blockers that people are using these days on their computers. And you'll still be able to properly collect, manage, and measure your ROI without missing out on that important data. Let's go ahead and do this to finish out this video. So we'll select Update Permissions, and we'll select Update. Now it's important to have the right GDPR as well as the privacy settings for California and other states of the US set up as well, that you are using first-party data for these purposes, and be sure to update your privacy policy accordingly. So we'll select Enable Tracking. So we'll toggle on Enable Tracking and we'll click Save. Okay, and I've been met with a pop-up saying I have not enabled enhanced conversions in my Google Ads account, so I have to go back and do that. I just had to stop the recording just for a brief moment there because it might take some time before the API catches up with Google Ads. I had the pop-up here a few times when I tried to change this. So give it about 5 minutes to allow the API to pull from Google Ads in order to get the Google conversions working and active on the account. And once all that's done, let's come across to the Google Ads account just to double check the conversions that have been put in place. So come under Summary here under Conversions. And we can see here now that we've got the purchase tracking set up here using the app. It's probably best to leave that as it is because the app looking for that particular number to draw in the conversion information in from. However, it's important to have one primary action here. Once I've closed this video off, I'll change that to a secondary action. You can see Add to Cart and Checkout. And that's the bare essentials in terms of the conversion actions that you will need for a Google Ads account using Shopify or an e-commerce store. And with that said, that's how you set up conversion tracking using the Simprosys app in Shopify. If you're getting value and you'd like to see more of these tips and guides in the future, hit like and subscribe at the bottom of the video. We do provide Google Ads management and setup as a service. Check out the link in the description below and feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and bye for now.